Okay, we are here for our last episode of the semester. I almost brought my bullhorn so we could do something fun, but I didn't. Sorry, maybe tomorrow. All right. So, all right. Anyways, if you haven't done so, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. Okay. Basically, these problems right here. Okay. You have to take the cube root of -8. Well, in the calculator, that would be 3 second, raise the roof, and then -8. Bam. Okay. And same thing for this one. This is the fifth root of 1024, which is 4. Okay. You have one problem like this on the test. It's the first problem. Okay. So if I was making my orange sheet, I would put on number 1, whatever is n is, you put it, type it in first, then second, then the raise the roof button, and then type in what's in the A. That's what I do every time. Okay. All right. So remember, the top number is the power. The bottom number is the root. Okay. So this is the 7th root of x to the 5th. And then this one right here, the only thing that has the stuff on it is the x. So this is 5 on the outside, 5th root of x squared. Okay. You have one problem like this. All right. This one, well, this is, we could actually take the cube root of 216. This would be 6 x to the 2/3. Okay. And you could put that in the parentheses. I need to clean that up. That's kind of gross. Okay. A lot of these you just have one problem like it. Some of these you have like the same type problem. Okay. I do have it marked on here which one's multiple choice, which one's multiple choice, which one is true false. All right. Number 6. It's division, so I'll subtract. So this is 7 over 5 minus 1. I could type that in the calculator. That's going to give me 2/5. So this is going to be 2 and 2/5. Okay. Because remember, division is subtract, multiplication is add, a power to a power is multiply. Okay. I'm going to add this. This becomes b to the 9th. Well, this is b to the 9 times -3. which is b to the negative 27. We cannot have a negative exponent, so we have to do it like this. Okay? You know, I tried to fix my hair like yours today. It just didn't work out. I tried. I'll do better tomorrow. All right. Now, somebody said, I think I heard it previously, that they are going to like make sure they got the study guide correct now, and then they said they were going to go back and watch the video to get the extra things. Like, remember that when it's division, you subtract, multiply, you add, and then you multiply there. So, just a thought. All right. Is everybody good through 7? Anybody need a little bit more time? Okay. So, properties of radicals. We can actually multiply this together. 50 times 20, okay, becomes 1,000. We can take the cube root of 1,000, which is 10. Yeah. Oh. Okay. This becomes 128 divided by 8, which is 16. So we can take the fourth root of 16, which is 2. Which one? The number 9? Okay, on number 8, we actually multiply the 50 and the 20 to get this. Okay, so you see right here where I have 128 over 8, that means division. Okay, and I get 16. So then I just take the fourth root of 16. Yeah. This is going to be a good test. I'm feeling really good vibes about it. I'm not going to have to like go through so many ink pens grading it. It's going to be awesome. All right, is everybody good with the 8 and 9? Okay. Biscuits. This problem says it's multiple choice. Okay, so I would probably put on my orange sheet number when it says this, it's going to be multiple choice. Okay, you still may have to work it out. Okay, remember that a conjugate is the same terms, different sign. Okay, same terms, different signs. Same terms, different signs. That's what a conjugate is. Okay, the reason why we do this is because when we actually multiply on the bottom, who remembers the shortcut for this? Probably just me. That it's this one, the first term squared, minus the second term squared, and then that's just distributive property. Okay. Well, there we go. That's a little bit cleaner. Oh, what's happened with this again? Oh, oh well. My face went away. Hooray! All right. So 1 squared is 1. Okay. I should have actually wrote a squared here. The square root of 2 squared is 2. just everywhere today. All right. Well, this becomes -1 on the bottom, which if I divide everything by -1, it just changes the sign. Okay. So that's kind of what we have here. All right. Now, I know that is your favorite thing from, what we did on that rationals test. Okay. But that's why this one is multiple choice. Okay. Why are you mean mugging me, man? So you're tired, so you want to stare at me? That's gross. Are you trying to get a good visual so you can get my face tattooed on your back for your 100 on the final? Okay. Yep. All right. So that was number 10. Okay. Good thing the webcam's off because it can't see me turn purple. All right. You have one problem that deals with this on the final. So if we had one like this, we would divide by -4 first. I would not pay attention to number 11. Okay. Then we cube it. So x equals 30. Okay. That is your basic radical equation, believe it or not. I know some of y'all are like, that's not basic. Well, then we are going to have to agree to disagree. Okay. Now, bless you. Number 12. All right. The first thing I would do on number 12 is square both sides. Okay. When I do that, I'm left with x squared equals 3x plus 18. Okay. Remember, when you square something that has a square root, it just rips the roof off. Okay. Like Mater says, I'm happy in a tornado in a trailer park, that kind of thing. All right. So we're going to move everything over. And we can do it all at once because nothing's like terms. Okay. And do it all at once because nothing's like terms. And now we can actually get to, we're close to being done. Okay. Remember, this negative in front of the 18 tells me my signs are different. This negative tells me my bigger number's negative. I can just about guarantee you on this type of problem on the final, the signs are going to be different. Okay. Okay. Now, what two numbers, when you multiply them, you get -18, but when you combine them, you get -3? Well, what multiplies give you 18? Yeah, 6 and 3. Okay. Now, remember the 13th of December. Okay. To solve this is the opposite of what's in here. So what's the opposite of plus 3? What's the opposite of minus 6? Okay. Now, extraneous. We cannot have a negative answer. Okay. We cannot have a negative answer. So the only thing that we are going to choose is the positive version of that answer. The positive version of that answer. The positive version of this answer. Muy importante. Escribes en sus papeles ahora. You know that somebody is sitting here in class going, why is he saying stuff 3 times? Okay. Are you done? Is your brain full? That's why you're leaving? Okay, good luck. Okay. All right. So are we good with number 12? I got 1 thumbs up and I got 1 California howdy. So that's telling me I'm number 1 with the wrong finger. All right. So this one is kind of like a multiple choice. You actually will circle growth or decay. Okay. It's decay if this, because remember, this is y equals a bx. Okay. If b is between 0 and 1, it's decay. If b is greater than 1, it's growth. Okay. Now, just because it looks like a fraction does not mean that it is automatically decay. What if it's 3 over 2? Is that greater than 1? Yeah, so that would be growth. Okay, or 5 over 4, 7 over 6. You picking up what I'm putting down. You smelling what I'm stepping in. You painting what I'm priming. Okay. All right. These 2 problems, well, this one right here about exponential growth or decay, that's kind of like it's kind of a multiple choice, but not really. It's just a this or this one. Okay. All right. These 2 are multiple choice. All right. Rewrite in exponential form. Remember, it's the little number to this number equals this number. Okay, so it kind of makes like a little cycle. That's supposed to be a negative 3. Somebody typed something out wrong when they were typing this out. Exactly. Okay. So you're going from logarithmic to exponential. Okay. Logarithmic to exponential. The other one that's right after this one, this is going from exponential to logarithmic. So that means I'm going to have log base 6 to 16 equals 3, because 6 to the 3rd power is 216. Okay, this is log base 2, 1 over 8 equals negative 3. Okay, those 2 are multiple choice. Okay, so you may want to write down, yes. The very first two problems? Oh. I was like, if it's like number 1 and 2, then you're gonna have to wait a hot minute. Ask him. Ask the teacher's aide if they're gonna be here. He's got to take his teacher's aide final. Gosh. I would like to remind everybody to not do drugs and to take every head collision serious. Okay. So, now evaluate the logarithm. This is 7 to what power is 343? Yeah. Okay. I would literally say 7 times 7 times, just keep going until I got that number. And this is to the third power. Okay. This one, 15 to the what power is 1. Well, what is the 1 power that makes anything 1? 0. Some of y'all are used to seeing that in the grade book. So that should kind of remind you. No, don't worry. Okay. So again, you'll have one of these. On these multiple choice, you have one of the, like you have one like 13 and 14. You have one like 15 and 16. One like 17 and 18. One like 19 and 20. Okay. Or possibly two. I forget. But not very much. All right. You have one like this. Remember, expanding the logarithm. Remember, if it is multiplication, we can rewrite it as log 3 plus log y to the 7th. Remember, we can rewrite the exponent like this. Okay? You only have one problem like this. Believe it or not, remember these problems, all this stuff from the just about all this stuff from the study guide is taken from old practice test. This is actually the first test that y'all had after we came back from fall break with our exponential and log test. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So this is division, so this means subtract. Log 5 minus log x to the 4th. Well, this becomes log 5 minus 4 log x. Okay. Again, one problem like this, short answer. Okay. And you are given, unless you write really, really, really large, okay, you should have ample enough room. Okay. All right. This problem right here, this is the problem that's broken up into their own numbers. Like instead of us having 4 parts to this, we have one question and we have, or one statement, and then we have 4, like it's like 13, 14, 15, 16, something like that. Okay. So if we remember, which I doubt few of you do, that our parent function for this okay, looks like this. So our vertical asymptote is going to be our h value. Remember, that's the opposite. This is a h, this is a k. It identifies as a k. That identifies as a h. All right. Our vertical asymptote, that's the opposite sign right here. So this is x equals -3. Remember, h is always the opposite of what it's written. Okay. We can also go over here to our domain. That's all of our x values. And remember, our domain cannot equal that. Okay, because that's the asymptote. When it gets, because look, if it gets to be -3, it makes a 0 in the denominator. And that's bad. Okay. That's real bad. Okay. All right. So remember, this is our k. That's our horizontal asymptote. This is y equals 2. This was just straight up 2. Same thing for our range. Okay. Y does not equal to 2. All right. Now, this problem, these questions about the unit circle. Some of y'all may wonder, why is this kind of easy? Because the one pre-cal teacher that still talks to me told me this is what they really want students to remember when they come into their class. This right here. They said all the angles and stuff will come because they do it over and over and over. Okay. So this is your true and false questions right here. This is where these come from. All right. The length of each radius is 1. Okay. The x coordinate is cosine. The y coordinate is sine. All right. Give the signs of the coordinates for each quadrant. This means like what's x is going to be positive and stuff. So this would be plus plus, minus plus, minus minus, and plus minus. Okay. Now, I'm working on a GIM kit for tomorrow that has to deal like it may have questions from the final on here. Hang on, I got a phone call. Mr. Jeffrey's House of Math, how's it going? Hey, yes, yes. I should do a happy dance at the end of every video. Elmo, la 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 la, Elmo swear. You're still sick? Well, aren't we all sick? Same. Okay. Okay. These 3 questions are true false. Like it may be the length of each radius is 6. True false. I want to kind of punch you in the head, but I'm afraid it's going to kill the last 2 brain cells that you have. Okay. Okay. So you actually have one question like each of these. One question like each. You have one that's a degree and one that's a radian. So we take this, okay? And we multiply it by pi over 180. Now, this is what was hilarious about this test. This is from the mid-chapter 8 test. I got decimals for these answers. What? Okay. Listen, y'all keep your hands to yourselves. I don't care if you're sisters or not. Stop it. I don't want to have to increase my blood pressure medicine because of y'all. Okay. Believe it or not, that's our answer. It will not reduce. Okay. That's the answer. It should have a pi in the answer. Do not give me like 1.6929 because that's what you get when you take 97 over 180 and multiply it by pi and get a decimal. You should have it. No, you should have a pi in the answer. Okay, what's the question? Look, did y'all not understand because y'all are fighting each other? Where y'all lost? Okay. So this one right here. This is when we multiply by 180 over pi. That way the pi's cancel. Okay. Well, our pi's will cancel. I'll have 7 right here. Now, this one I can get a decimal. Okay. So negative 3 times 180 is negative 540 divided by 7. Okay. We get like negative 77.1. Okay. Yeah. That one we can have a decimal. But for the, I think it was the radians and degrees and the like coterminal angles, I got decimal. I was like, what is happening? I remember that because it still like keeps me up at night. Yeah. All right. This is another one of these problems where it's just going to be kind of this, and then you're going to have 3 questions about it. Okay. The amplitude is the A value. Is the A value. That is this value right here. So I wonder what the amplitude is. Okay. The midline is our K value. Our K value is back here. Okay. So what is our midline? Y equals 5. Okay. Now, this will actually help me know how many of y'all worked on this yesterday in class. How do you find the period of a sinusoid? What is a sinusoid? Remember, that's the graph. It's not a dinosaur. Okay, to find the period, it's pi over 2 divided by b, and b is what's in front of the x. So, what is in front of the x? Yeah, this right here. So it's pi over 2 divided by 1 over 2. So that's, oh, biscuits, I did the answer without getting there. Yep, 2 pi divided by 1/2. Now, I would actually type this into the calculator. I would say 2, not the pi, 2 divided by 2. Well, this is going to be the same thing as 2 pi times 2 over 1, which is 4 pi. Okay, bam. That's our answer. Okay. So also, if I was doing this, I may want to put like y equals a it doesn't matter if it's sine or cosine. Blah, 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 blah. B. Where? This multiplication. How would it go from division to subtraction? That's an X. It identifies as an X. All right. So you have 3 questions off this type of problem, and they're going to be amplitude, period, and midline. That's it. I'm not going to say study these 3 things, and then I'm going to test you on something else. I've never done that. Okay, and that at the end of the semester, that's not the time. Okay, I know some of y'all's other teachers may be, so that's other things that's not me. Okay, I've other things to do with my time, like prepared to be another wedding officiant, work on the sink at my house, bury dead bodies. Okay, so frequency. To find the frequency, okay, this is b over 2 pi. Well, this one right here, this is our b. So I have 4 pi over 2 pi. I wonder what I get. 2. Okay. This one is pi over 2 divided and over is the same thing. Okay. Well, this becomes pi over 2. Biscuits. Okay. The pi's cancel. I'm left with 1 over 4. Okay. 1 over 4. Now, remember, this is b over 2 pi. Okay. The period is, 2 pi over b. Okay. So that's the things I would need to know. All right. The direction says fill in the requested information of the following. The only question that has to deal with this is which law you're going to use, the law of sine or law of cosine. Okay. So this is what you need to look at on your test. I have this side. All right. I'm looking at stuff, sides that are across from angles. Okay. That would be the law of sine. Okay. This one, I'm given 2 sides, an angle between, and I'm asked for an angle across. Think about it. The angle is adjacent to these 2 sides. Cosine. Okay. And that's literally the question you're going to have on this one. It's either going to be set up like number 33 or it's going to be set up for like number 34. All you have to write is sine or cosine. You just got to know the difference between the two. Well, there's only one of them. So let's hope that it is a law sign. You can't put law, you can't be sine slash cosine. You can't put both answers down for one thing. Yes, that would be tangent. Okay. Now, you have one problem like this. This is multiple choice. Remember, this formula okay? So this formula is 1/2 A times B times the sine of the angle, okay? So this is going to be 0.5 times 12.9. Now, this is a multiple choice. It says it's rounded to the nearest tenth, okay? Believe it or not, I think that this problem on the test is going to be the most missed problem because I have people that can't round. Okay. On my calculator, I get 60.40. If I round to the nearest tenth, it's just 60.4. Okay. 0.5, 6, 8, sine 32. Okay. So 0.5 times 6 times 8 sine 32. Okay. I get 12.71. Round the nearest tenth is 12.7. And look, I tried to make some of the multiple choice very blatantly obvious. Some of them are kind of like ACT type stuff. Sometimes I just switch some of the numbers around. That's how I know I want to get some of y'all because you're just going to see, you're not going to look at all the choices. Okay. And the last part, I just copied this part 6. Okay. Solve the following trig equations. They're between 0 and 2 pi. That means that we're only going one time around the circle. The reason why it has that, because there would be infinite number of answers. Okay. The tangent would be -1. Okay. What trig sign gives us a tangent of -1? I wonder. Okay. Tangent, -1. That looks like 3 pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4. So that's my answer. Okay. The sine is 1/2. I know one of these. This is going to be pi over 3. I know it off my head. That's one of the few things I remember. Okay, because it's in the first quadrant. Okay. The other one's going to be over here. This is P14. This is 5 pi over 3. All right. You actually have 2 questions like that. That's it. That's the study guide. Remember, there are 38 problems on the study guide. There are 30 problems on the test. You will put all your answers on the test. It's going to be set up like the study guide, fronts only. Okay, so you could actually use the back. All right. Signing off for the last time this semester, Mr. Jeffries. Don't forget, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. Good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.